Hey, welcome back. Now, last month, 15-year-old Jack Dolan said goodbye to his mum, Lisa, and stepdad, Dave, and headed out to enjoy a summer's day with his friends and his girlfriend. What happened that day changed the family's lives forever.
While with friends, Jack attempted a flip into the sea from the pier in Margate, but failed to resurface.
Yeah, he spent 8 minutes underwater and needed to be airlifted to hospital. A month later, he's in a hospice, alive, but with extensive brain damage.
Jack's mum, Lisa, and his stepdad, Dave, both join us now. Thank you so much for coming to speak to us about this, because it's actually quite raw. It's only a month ago.
Yeah.
Is it 33 days he's been in hospital now?
Yeah.
First of all, tell us a little bit about Jack, because he sounds like he was so much fun. I know he had ADHD, but that was like his superpower, wasn't it, Lise?
Yeah, he was just really wild, and he was like the kindest kid you could ever meet. Like, we'd have to jack-proof things. You'd go in and you'd have to be very careful because he was 100 miles an hour.
The jack-proof thing.
We called it jack-proofing. Especially as he was younger, we'd make sure things were attached and windows were locked. And we always had to be like a step ahead with him. But he was so loving. Like, he was crazy, wasn't he? But he was...
in a good way.
Yeah.
He was, you know, there was no aggression, there was no... He was just a... I'd call him, he was lovely, but he was annoying. Because he didn't stop talking, he didn't stop asking questions, he didn't stop moving.
Yeah.
And he could make a friend in any room,
Yeah.
no matter who it was.
They're all great qualities, aren't they?
Oh, we had a neighbour, she was very poorly. She was 60 years old, and he'd say, I'm just popping around to Karen's. We'd have to ring him because he'd be round there for 3 hours, helping her with her jobs and talking
watching
to her.
TV and...
And then at the other end, I've had messages from 4 different parents saying how he taught their 3-, 4-year-old kids how to ride their bikes.
Brilliant.
And it didn't matter where he was, he made a friend anyway, absolutely everywhere he went. And had good friends, because with the ADHD, he had no filter, he had no... So he'd want to know how much you weighed, where you bought your clothes from, what your parents' name were.
Really?
But he'd also tell you, so you couldn't... We weren't allowed secrets because he'd tell you absolutely everything just to talk. But it meant he didn't make... He made friends everywhere.
Yeah.
Everybody loved him. Like,
Well,
nobody...
it's a credit to you.
Yeah.
So let's go to that day and tell us what happened, because this is the first time you let him go to the beach without you. Now, it's very important to stress this, and it was interesting. You would always do assessments with him, wouldn't you? When he was diving around, jumping around, like you said, you have to jack-proof things. But you'd always say...
Oh, look, I'm the worst for it. I'm a big kid myself.
Yeah.
If he's jumping off something, 9 times out of 10, I'm doing it. And there's a video, so that we put a video up to show that he did it a lot. But you could see the difference in if you've seen the video that's online. I walk up to the edge. I have a little look. I walk back as I'm kicking my sandals off. I've made sure it's safe.
Yeah.
He said, Dad, can I... He's not looked. He's gone, Dad, do you want me to go first? Go on, in and off he's done, and he's done his front flip, and he's jumped. And...
He's active, isn't he? He was really active.
Yeah, really, really active. But we'd assess it. Like,
Yeah, you'd have a look.
I still do them things myself. Like, and he was my best mate. We did the stupid things together.
Yeah.
But I'm there to assess the danger and make sure he's safe afterwards. That's the biggest thing. His friends couldn't have done any better.
Yeah.
They were brilliant. One was in the water, one was on the phone to the Coast Guard. His girlfriend was on the phone to Lisa straight away. So before he even came out of the water, we were in the car on our way down to Margate.
Yeah.
They couldn't have, but as an adult being there, I know that I'd have swam to him.
Yeah.
Where that's the only thing that was missing.
But it's important to stress this, though. It's not like he didn't jump and hit his head on a rock. He didn't jump... There wasn't anything submerged. No. This is literally just, like, a complete...
Freak accident.
Freak accident, just the way his head hit the water.
He knocked himself out.
We think he knocked himself out, yeah, or winded himself, so, because he was floating.
Yeah.
And when he was floating, obviously, being a 15-year-old, they thought he was messing around.
Sure.
I think we would have thought he was messing around because bubbles were coming out of his mouth. So you still assume that, obviously, you know, that shows that he's breathing, and it was only when he sunk that his girlfriend realised that something was, like, wrong.
Yeah.
And obviously, by that point, with the current and everything, he wasn't where he sunk, kind of thing. So when, like, everyone was looking for him, they couldn't find him.
Yeah.
Because when she phoned me, she went, he's in the water. And I was like, what do you mean he's in the water? And then
So
I was
you were
like,
on the phone to his girlfriend, and you can hear what she's saying?
Yeah. And I said, well, tell him to get out. And she was like, I can't. And I was like, what do you mean? And she was like, he's in, we can't find him. And I was like, have you phoned 999? Have you? She's like, yeah, we're doing it. We're like... So I was probably one of the first people they called. And And even then, so I was like, OK, we're coming, we're going to get in the car. And we started heading up towards them. And she rang me back and she was like, we still can't find him. And then they'd pulled him out while she was on the phone to me. And I said, is he breathing? Is he? She said no, and she was just crying. She didn't know what they were doing.
Goodness.
And I said, just talk me through it. I said, because I was like, what's he doing? What are they doing to him? She was like, I don't know. I said, what's it look like? Can you describe it to me? Because I knew what I was looking for from the paramedics. And she was just talking to me through what they was doing. And originally they said they were taking him to Queen Elizabeth, which I knew then. It's not a trauma hospital.
Yeah.
I knew we had no pulse and we knew what was coming. Right. And then on the way up there, we got a phone call to say, change of plan, we're airlifting to King's. And they arranged they found out where I was, that was my location, using the signs on the motorway and that. And they took the car reg and they arranged to meet me. And they literally got me from a roundabout, an unmarked police car picked me up. They got me there for the helicopter.
Thank goodness. I mean, we should stress the fact that a kayaker was kayaking.
Saved his life, really, right?
And went and swam and retrieved him.
He's the reason that we've got him back. If he weren't there, the current would have took him and we'd have been pitched up at Margate Beach waiting for a body.
Yeah.
The Coast Guards couldn't find him. Nobody could find him, and the kayaker, who wants to remain anonymous, got out of his kayak, got on the pier, asked one of his friends where he'd gone under. He watched the current. He turned about 30 degrees and dived in, and managed to get all the way to the bottom and came up with Jack.
In the first, we went down and brought him straight up. Whoever this man is, we don't know ourselves.
That's a real life.
But he has
You haven't
changed.
met him at all?
He doesn't want to be...
Yeah, but I thought...
Doesn't want to know.
No, I did give up, the police asked him, I asked him to give him my details.
Thank God he's done that.
Whoever he is, he's amazing and he's changed our outcome.
That's a hero there.
Yeah.
So how is Jack now? How is he doing?
So we was obviously originally told that he wouldn't be able to possibly cough, swallow, his eyesight, everything, basically. He was going to...
We were told... the first brain scans, we were told that he was brain dead. Obviously, we've been told 3 times, we've been told to call the family to prepare to lose him.
3 times?
3 times. Each time, he has come back stronger than ever. Now, this is why he's in such a grey area, because children's bodies don't cope with what he's coped with.
Yeah.
He's so strong, and where he's always been active, he's always come to the gym with me. We've always, he comes to work with me, so he's physically strong. And kids' bodies don't survive what he survived. So his body's so strong that it's just fighting everything, and through the improvement, he's surprising doctors. We were told he was brain dead. Then we were told he'd be in a vegetative state. He's now...
He's spoken to you, hasn't he?
Yes.
Said something to you?
He, when he was in pain the other day, I was holding his hand and trying to coax him through it because we was waiting for him to have morphine, waiting for it to kick in, and he just looked at me and he went, help. And I was like, we were told he couldn't even swallow, let alone speak. We never thought we'd get words again. Even at best, we were thinking, we might get to take him home for end-of-life care, because obviously once you're in that kind of state, your body doesn't last long because you're not moving it. Well, now he's proven everything to be wrong. He used the right word in the right context at the right time.
Yeah. It shows cognitive skills, which is we were told he wouldn't have. We were told he was, like I said, brain dead or vegetative. He's used the right word in the right context to the right person. Much like when your toddler swears, and although you don't want, it's not good. Yeah. Because the scenario's not good. But when they connect that word and use it in the right context, in the right place, it shows intelligence. It shows which means there is something there.
We know you need some help. There's a fundraising campaign set up to help. But what would you want to say to parents about letting their kids go out? I mean, you guys have done nothing wrong.
I don't think I would... Although I wish I didn't let him go that day. Ultimately, he was going to be 16 in a few months. You can only hold them back. And I think that's the thing. You can warn them all you like. I think it is down to the teenage to have that conversation with each other and just be like, if we're going to do it, we're not going to be silly. Because if you have that conversation and you just see the signs for something going wrong, I think you can put up signs, you can tell them not to do it. Teenagers will do whatever they want to do at that moment
I'm an adult and I still do it.
Yeah.
So teenagers are gonna, but they need to be a buddy system. If you're going to do it, make sure someone's in the water next to you. Make sure so there's someone. just check your mate's all right. Even if you think he's being silly, go over and give him a poke.
Yeah.
And then, if he is being silly, bash him when he's out of the water.
Listen, thank you so much for coming and talking about this story.
Best wishes as well. Good luck.
Yeah, good luck with his recovery.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you so
We'll be
much.
back.